Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is Wednesday, the 21st of February 2024, and I'm looking at these new Boss Fight Studio releases from VHACKS. This is the VHACKS 10th anniversary figures. So we have a new Knight of Accord, a new Knight of Asperity, and we have these are like not re-releases because they've been changed, but we have these released previously, and we have a new figure, the King of Asperity, Lord of Chaos. Now, I was one of the first to get these, but I was in a different country, so I'm going to be one of the last ones or later ones to review them. They do look really quite nice. Look a bit too clean, the armor here compared to what I remember, or compared to the female Knights of Accord. I've got one next to me here. We'll do a comparison later. But there have been lots of complaints online about not as good quality, too many parts are fixed, not removable, etc, etc. We'll have a look at that when we open them up. Now they do look nice. People always said the size is different too. I quite like them. But even if they are not the same quality and parts are fixed on, then you buy them for Knights, not so much for customization, just to use as is. As you would with a toy from X amount of time ago, or even quite recently you buy toys you can't customize. But anyway. Let's have a quick look at the boxes, the cases. So we have the King of Asperity. I'm not a fan of that skull head there. It just looks a bit cartoony to me. But on the back we have the historical information and temporal logs. You can pause if you want to read that. Next to him we've got the Knight of Asperity. The skull looks too white. It's too clean looking. But it does look quite nice, has to say. On the back, if you want to read the historical documentation, temporal log, you can pause there as well. And then lastly, the new Knight of Record release. I do like the artwork. The armor looks too silver, I would say, but it does look good. And on the back again, if you want to read the historical documentation and temporal log, you can pause and read that. Okay, I'm going to unbox these figures and set them up, and we'll get into this review. Back in an instant, stay tuned. And here they are set up. They do look good. I say that a lot, but they do look good. And some of the complaints I've read about, I can see and understand why they say them, but are they bad? I don't think so, but let's have a look as we go along. Let's look at accessories first of all. So they all come with shields. It's the same shield, just well, slightly different shield. This is the shield we get for the Knight of Accord. It's got a nice bend to it, and it's got pretty good paintwork and like a decal on there. Asperity shield, is it the same? Yes, the same shape, just has different decal on there, different decals and decals, and you see this different Asperity one there as well. They all come with the same two spare hands, just in their own colour. So we have the almost obligatory open hands. So all the same there. The Knight of Accord here, he comes with this axe, but there's no paintwork on it. It's just a metal axe and no real handle. It's not an attachment I can see that it slots into, which is a bit of a shame. And this helmeted head, which does or does not have an opening part, which is a bit of a shame and needs to be inked really. Knight of Asperity, this is the default head he comes with. I did change over. That does look pretty good, but again the white is too white on the skull, but the little texturing on the chainmail is fantastic. To get an idea of how white the skull is, look at this. This is the other one that is so white. The cracks do look good. I mean, I wish they put an articulated jaw in there, but they didn't, but it does look pretty cool. You get this helmet here, which can go on the skull head or the armoured skull head. So you can get one like... Actually, I might take that back. That's going to be for the skull head. It doesn't really fit on the armoured skull head. So if you've got the skull head, you can get this look here, which is pretty good. On the armoured skull head, the one of the chain mail, that did not want to fit easily. You could do it, I guess. It looks all right. And he comes with his great big halberd, similar to what the Knight of Accord is holding now. He also comes with a sword, you can see there, and the Knight of Cords got a sword and sheath on the back. No sheath on this guy. Then the Lord of Asperity, we saw his shield already. He comes with this helmeted head, which is pretty cool. Needs a bit of inking, I think, but I think that's quite nice. Same spare hands, and he comes with the same head, same halberd head we saw on the Knight of Asperity. At the moment, I've got his banner plugged into the top, and he also has a sword as well. Now we'll look at a close look at the figures and the accessories I haven't shown. So, Knight of Cord first. Have a look at his halberd. I do like that, or polearm. Some people call it this one. Yeah, it comes off, but you couldn't fit that in. That looks silly if you did anyway. No. It comes off, so you can change things around if you wanted to. His sword, it plugs into his back. I remember on the previous ones that the sword plugged into the thigh, as I recall. So that is a bit different there. Nice looking sword, has to be said. I can't see anywhere for this to plug into on his thigh. Let me have a quick look again. See, there's no hole on that side or that side, so that is something different. I should also point out on these parts here, these are one piece. There's no loop attached to that, which is the other way they attached on the other ones as well. Okay, we look at the Knight of Asperity. Seen this already. His sword is awesome looking. Great big nasty looking wavy sword. Does look great, but he's got no sheath and nowhere to attach his sword. It looks nice. The armor work is not bad. It needs some shading, maybe a touch of silver or a goldish dry brushing to make it pop a bit more, but it does look pretty good. And then the Lord of Asperity, let's take that one out. Banner we can just take off and can plug in the halberd top if we wanted to. Now these halberds are nice, but they should have two handles, not one hand, but never mind. He's got this, this is a very comical looking head. And he's got this sword here, which is nice. It's the same as this Knight of a Cord sword. The nice thing is you can slide off this sort of green flame effect, or you can change where it is. You can have it at the top, you can have it slightly further down, or a bit further down again. So it does look pretty cool. So yeah, that face is too comical for my liking. I think, actually, having said that, you wash that skull, give that skull a wash, and a bit of a repaint, I think, make it a bit dark, I think it look better. But he looks pretty cool. Now, things that don't come off, the leg pieces are now one... Oh, I'm telling a lie, this one does come off. I thought I saw on this one that it didn't come off. Am I telling a lie? Okay, leg pieces come off, but as we saw, this is now one piece. If we looked at the previous ones, make sure I'm telling you a lie. Yeah, see there, one piece. I've got here a female Knight of a Cord. You look in here, you can unplug, then plug the sword into there. So it's lost some of that customization ability. I think the shoulders, do they still plug in? Hers is one plug-in on the back. His, is it a double plug-in? Or yeah, his is a single plug-in again, but he's got a hole, which means you can plug into his one as well. But you look at the difference in colour. I much prefer the colour on hers than his. His is too clean, too silver. Hers looks far more how I feel it should look like. Maybe that's just me being a bit biased. Okay, let's get an idea of size. Then we do a proper comparison. I'll do him like that without his hat on. I will change this head around. Let's get that head on. In fact, you know what? I've done articulation yet. I'm jumping in myself. Let's do articulation first. So articulation. So with this head, left, right, but the chin gets in the way, that sort of chainmail. It's not bad. Up, down is very small. It's not really side to side. Arms, can't really go all around, but close enough. Lateral raise is at least 90. Bicep bend is slightly under 90. You got from the waist section. Trunk, you can get a small turn, side to side, forwards, backwards, and the waist section together. There's more movement. Hands are both wave articulation. Hips, don't want to go too far on the outwards. Forwards, really out to the side, which is a pity. Backwards, small. There's a thigh twist, which is nice. You do have a double kneecap. Get really tight on that, which is fantastic. And then the foot is just a tippy toe and dorsiflexation, and you can get a swivel. Now the articulation is the same on all of these. The only difference will be at the head. You've got a helmet on, you're going to get a different move. Oh, swap the heads around, sorry, you get a different range of movement on the heads. Otherwise, the articulation's the same. Okay, let me line them up and get the size done. Are they as good as the original ones or the Castle Guards? They're different. I wouldn't say they're as good. The colouring is not as good. But they're by no means bad. If you missed out on the first time round, then these are going to be fantastic for you. So height, all going to be very, very similar. Use my new tape measure. Around about 4 inches or 10 cm. This one feels a bit small without their helmet on all of them. So let's do a comparison. So first I'll get that female Knight of a Cord to stand up next to the male Knight of a Cord. Now people said these are different sizes than previously. I don't know if that means taller or shorter. Oh, my Knight of a Cord does not want to stand up now. Let's get it posed nicely. Okay. And you see that she is visibly and physically taller. Interesting. Let's get my custom Fortnite Knight, which Fortnite Knight. This is basically the black Knight, and I've changed the lower legs and the feet around and the chest part around. I think it looks pretty damn cool myself. That's just my personal opinion. Let's stick him. Let's move this over. Stick him in there. I haven't obviously painted him yet, but. And you see how they scale there as well. It does scale quite well. And this uses another boss fight studio, Sigurd the Wanderer or Sigurd the Survivor. If I stick him next to the female there, you can see that he is again taller than these new ones. So they appear a little bit shorter, but they are nice figures. They're not quite as good as the original releases, but you know what? For me, that's not a problem. They still look fantastic, and it's still great to have fantasy figures in the 1/18 scale. Nice release, could be better, but you know what? I'm not complaining. I think they look great. And more of like this and more new stuff, please, Boss Fight Studios. Okay, so awesome, that's all selling out. So please like, share, subscribe, check out other videos. Please check out the Patreon, since you see everything early there as well. You see a link in the video description below. I'll see you in the next video soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.